Hey everyone, let me fix the camera again.
It would be nice if the airdrop dropped in my hole.
Yeah, it'd be so convenient, wouldn't it?
But it's in my neighborhood this time, so
It's yours then.
yeah, I'll collect it when
I already got mine.
Okay, and video looks good. Excel, how are you?
Oh, there it is. Excuse me.
How come the Pepe's not showing up?
The what's up?
The Pepe emote is not showing up for me. Is that a Ranker Z emote?
I can't bring to mind which one the Pepe is, quite honestly.
The frog.
Oh.
I wonder if I have BTTV turned off for now. I do that every once in a while. Not always by choice.
Yeah, because things just arrange themselves at times.
Yep. Yeah, I think I've got the Chrome extension turned off for now. Pixel. Don't know why. But it's happened
You
before.
want the SA answer?
Yeah. Before.
It's Chrome?
Well, better than some of the alternatives.
Oh, sure, I'll take your word for it. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a lot better than Apple.
Bite me. Safari is still a lot better than Edge.
Anything is better than Edge.
Yeah, but
Text.
you're... Go on.
The text browsers are better than Edge.
Yeah, and you're still an X head. For all that you
X head?
You're an Apple
Unix, Linux.
Yes.
You're still an X head.
Yes.
Although there is a tremendous amount to be said for X. I enjoyed Linux a lot. One of the solid things I had ever heard about Linux was the hardest learning curve, and I'm paraphrasing here because it's been years, but the hardest learning curve to learning Linux, Unix, whatever, is committing. That's the hardest learning curve.
What, committing
and I
to
never
learning
really
it?
thought about that. Yeah, it's just committing to learning it.
Yeah.
And I never really realized that until Windows 8 came out, and I was the, oh, hell no. And that's when I switched to Linux full time and not just as a hobbyist. And yeah, I was just like, I spent a fair amount of time getting through the learning curve, but after that, it was just like, wow, this is fabulous. I wish I'd stuck with, back in the day. And if it hadn't been for a few peripherals, I probably would have.
Yeah, that was my problem.
Yeah, there's just a few peripherals I couldn't really manage not being able to... If I could have dealt with not being able to sync them, and still use them, I would have been okay. But I needed to be able to sync them to my computer, and I just wasn't able to do that in Linux at the time. Now there's so much plug and play that's a lot easier to do that it's not as big a deal, but at the time it was difficult.
Well, nowadays it's even installing Linux is just plug and play.
God, it's so easy, yeah. With all these even live plays, it's... Okay, I hear a grumbler. What is going on? Is somebody bothering me? Yes. I'm being creative. I do not need you banging and chewing on my walls. My walls aren't that stable as it is.
We're just trying to help.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of help. Thank you. I got my own help banging the walls.
Yeah, like me, I just dropped a rock in a place where I was trying to fill a void, and ended up dropping 2 rocks, one of which was onto my wall.
Oh yeah, no, mine is trying to fix something and either breaking something or updating something I didn't want upgraded, or breaking something. There you are, you monkey. Or shooting something and busting up something else. Thank you. Now.
Be gone.
Be gone. Thank you for shopping Kmart. Please drive through. Chicken. No nesting. Unless you're going to give me eggs.
but whose mutter is it?
Her mutter. The mutter.
Well, could be mine. I do have the marvelous mummy person.
That's better. I can deal with that. Adra, how are you? Goals, how are you?
Oh, thanks.
Huh?
Have some trees on there, and you won't even see it.
Exactly. Which is exactly what I was hoping for. Now we don't have to worry about that screwy texture. At least not over there.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yep. I does still have to fill all this in.
Need help?
Need blocks. I've only got 3 stacks, and that's going to take more than 3 stacks. I've got some crafting in my inventory, but it takes
Forever?
30 minutes for a single stack.
Maybe you got a little workbench.
Actually, having a couple of workbenches out here isn't a bad idea.
No, it is not. As we have, long discovered.
Mm-hmm.
And having a chem station out there. Well, our forge is going to be 57 blocks down.
Mm-hmm.
So that should alleviate the interest of
Undesirables?
the otherwise interested parties. I forget what their alleged, downed sense is.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ruby and Crazy, how are y'all?
Hey, Ruby. Hey, Crazy.
Hmm.
Just looking at the front elevation of the castle,
Mm-hmm.
the walk around to the two towers on both sides of the gate
Uh-huh.
are actually a half floor up higher.
Yeah.
Our walkways are too low.
You're talking about the walkway that goes under the bridge?
No, talking about the towers on both
Mhm.
sides of the door.
Oh.
They are a half floor higher up.
Yeah, we can deal with that, though. We've got the pattern to use, so I'm not too worried about moving it. I actually knew that and forgot about it.
Okay.
Because it was at such a convenient height. Where it is currently. Oh, there's room. Okay, our concrete box is full. The concrete block box is full. So where should it be?
I think this is the right height. Because we'll be halfway up in relation to the gate door. I put the reference picture into the subscriber.
Okay.
Right, there's good heights. Oops.
Tom's official. Welcome. How are you? Oh, and I had already concreted part of this in. Okay. Doing well? So far, so good. Work's coming along on the castle. Still going a lot faster than I expected. And I guess once you've done this once or twice, it does kind of pick up speed.
There is and something to that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, having an experienced team of construction workers.
Uh-huh.
I am so not a union hack, but this is where I would say, you know, yeah, go union all the way.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, unions have never been favorable in the slightest in my professions. So
It really depends on the profession.
yeah, what I did was so specialized that they actually had me, because to work for Kaiser,
Mm-hmm.
with, you know, group death, I had to belong to a union, and because they couldn't otherwise classify me, they put me in with the service workers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, food service and janitorial.
Mm-hmm. The union at the nonprofit that I used to work at, the childcare nonprofit, the union was the Painters Guild.
Mm-hmm.
They did a pretty good job. The problem we had was the management there got to be really shady in communicating with the employees, that the employees just quit trusting them.
Yeah.
And I know that because they would come to me and ask what was going on. And I'd be upfront with them. The perception was that, well, and partly correct, that the upper management, or management, didn't really care that much about the employees, which part of that was wrong, part of that was true. They cared about the employees, they didn't care to pay the employees.
They just cared about having warm butts in the seats to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom worked for the telephone company as a directory assistant when you still had live DAs when you called in. And her bosses, and some of it was the bosses, some of it was the company. But it was all about the quota. And if you couldn't keep up with a quota, and they'd call you in at times at the end of your shift, and it was really hard too. She worked split shifts for almost a year. And she had to take a second job because technically, while she worked a 40-hour week, because she was on split shifts, she didn't have a 40-hour job.
Oh, yeah.
And so they'd bring her in though after her shifts and go over her. They'd have, I mean, they'd print out her call records. You took, 14 seconds on this call. That's too long. Alexa, cancel. you took too long on this call and it was only 8 seconds. You took too long on this and you should have done this and this. And they over and over and day after day after day. And they do this with the directory assistants until they started slowly phasing out for the...
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the union came in and started, when the strikes and stuff started happening, because they were being phased out for the electronic automated directory assistants, and their jobs were being just turned over and sized
made redundant.
Thank you, made redundant. I was trying to find the technical word. But man, she said it was grueling being a directory assistant, because your bosses were just critical of everything you did.
Yeah.
You walked away from your desk and you breathed too long.
Yeah, that's a tactic for phasing people out, isn't it?
Yep.
Get them to leave on their own volition.
Yep, so you don't have to pay them extra.
So they don't get a parachute package.
Yep.
Yeah, part of the reason I left that nonprofit was... Part of the reason the employees were paid so low was so that they have money for upper management. We didn't bring in a lot of money. We didn't get extra money for administration. So squeezing out extra money for upper management at the cost of the regular employees was...
Yeah, meant taking it away from somebody else.
Yeah. Then the money from the direct donations was going to pay for upper management as well. It's part of the reason. That's one of the reasons. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I quit working there. Well, you have to remember, our administration was still only 2.9% of all the money that we took in, and we're talking $40 or $50 million a year.
You're 501c3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah. So a lot of the money was contract dependent.
Yeah.
So the administration was either zero for contracts or a very small percentage. So getting money in that was not part of a contract was a big deal.
Yeah.
That way they can pay upper management.
Right.
The employees never saw any of that money.
Right. Now, granted, us being a different type of organization all the way around,
yeah,
is apples and oranges. I do recognize this. But as being a 501c7, our income has to come from our membership.
Yeah.
Not 80% of it has to come from our membership.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting finding out the differences between these different 501s and how you maintain your different charitable statuses and so on and so forth.
Yep. Tom says hi.
I see that.
Hey, Tom.
I'm just typing really slow one-handed tonight.
Oh, I figured y'all would respond, but...
Yeah.
Boy, that's a big space to fill.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Says the person doing a 58 block high wall.
No comment? Can I refrain from comment? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Okay, no comment.
No, I think yours is about the same. I actually think yours is a little less because...
No, mine is considerably smaller, I'm sure.
Because this started out kind of on a hill.
This sounds like a conversation men would have.
Huh?
Yours is quite a bit. Well, actually, it would be the reverse. Comparing
Oh, honey,
sizes.
mine are way bigger than yours. Don't even go there.
Mm-hmm.
Whistle, whistle, whistle.
Smart move.
Whistle, 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 whistle.
I remember the first time I went toe to toe with a resident who is eye to eye to me, although easily a buck and a half later. And literally, I mean, I got right in his personal space, right in his face, and told him to F off and shut the F up.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes got like a deer in the headlights, and he took a step away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't know what I'm more afraid of, the fact that you just got in my space or that you swore at me. Because that's the first time many people had ever actually heard me swear. And I'd only worked there for 3 or 4 years. Because, you know, I generally, I do keep it kind of, I do try to keep it mild. But
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's...
he had just gotten on my last nerve.
So you understand my philosophy of saving them until it's appropriate.
Exactly. You know,
Because
the
if their
impact
use
then is
much greater,
Mhm. Yep, the impact is really much greater and effective.
Yeah, hearing someone swear that you're used to not swearing is kind of shocking.
Oh, my mom.
Oh my god, the first time I heard your mother swear, I about had a heart attack.
You and me both.
I had known your mother 10 years before I heard her swear the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably about the same for me.
Yeah, my mom doesn't swear. Unless she's talking about, think about her husband, ex-husband.
Oh,
but,
well, yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different kettle of fish.
But you wouldn't think my mom would curse, because
Mm-hmm.
people always consider she's a sweet old,
Yeah.
lady. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, my mother had a philosophy. There's swearing and then there's cursing. You guys work it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
I got no question about that.
Yeah, I wish y'all could have met my mom. She was the bomb. She'd have been right here with us. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Absolutely no doubt.
swearing on YouTube and Twitch, I think it's actually kind of lessened quite a bit. It was that it was kind of shocking at the time to hear every other word being a curse word from a YouTuber or a streamer. That's kind of fallen out of favor, I think.
Thank God.
Well, like I said,
stumbled into a streamer once to get a couple of drops.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a
Lord,
novelty.
I had to mute the sound because it was so rude. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
I actually dropped a stream.
Mhm.
That I mean, I understand different country, different language habits.
Yeah.
But this was an Aussie couple, and they were exceedingly foul-mouthed.
Oh, that falls
And
into
again,
there's...
you know, it's the and their foul-mouthedness. Some of the things that they use are things that we find much more offensive than they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And I understand that too. You know, but the 12th time I hear the C word in a
Mhm.
30-minute broadcast or hour-long broadcast,
I'm done.
yeah, I reserve that one for very special use. That one has specific meaning.
Mm-hmm. But the shock factor of hearing that from a streamer was what used to bring audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep to PG-ish.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Thanks.
I'm okay with it.
Benadryl usually helps. GP tomorrow. Ah, okay.
Benadryl.
You know, the one thing that I've been having trouble finding, and I'm not sure why, is Benadryl cream. It's...
They make a cream?
Yeah.
They do. And I used to be able to point you to it at my pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
They have moved things around a bit, but I'm sure we can find it.
Yeah, and a lot of places just don't carry it anymore. The Walgreens that I used to get it at in San Francisco, they stopped carrying it. Partly because it was stolen all the time. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find. Your local grocery? Oh, you're lucky there.
Yeah, I don't think our neighborhood grocery has it, but the neighborhood pharmacy does have it.
Okay.
Has had it.
Because when it comes to allergies versus bug bites, the Benadryl works much better with allergies than the cortisone just doesn't work that well.
Depends on what you're allergic to.
It's the fabric softener.
Yeah, well, it's something in the fabric softener.
Yes.
Like I say, it depends on what you're allergic to.
Well, and it's not even all fabric softeners. I think it's mainly
Right.
just the one I'm currently using.
I can't do any kind of fabric softeners.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I will be going to the laundromat to use some of the. Because
No.
every time I turn around, like 5 fabric softener sheets in a dryer.
Mm-hmm.
You get all of them, then you take your clothes out and you find 2 more.
Yeah.
And like, oh great, I'm gonna have an allergic reaction now. Yep, nice, cruel world.
It depends. For that, it depends on the area, crazy. And how well they can get away with taking it to another store and getting a refund.
I have opinions about when they lock things up.
Yep. It's necessary. The theft at the Walgreens that I used to go to was so bad that they were considering shuttering the store.
Yeah, they actually did shutter one down in a neighborhood that we haven't yet taken you to, Madison Park, which is, you know, it has a very thin line between exceedingly affluent and exceedingly not.
Oh.
And
Well, I watched them a couple of times just come in with a grocery bag and stuff in a grocery bag and walk out. right in front of the employees. Because they
Employees are
can't.
probably too scared to.
No,
Well,
they
yeah.
if they did anything, they would get fired.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
it's a liability thing.
Yep.
Employee safety.
Yes, it's best just let it go.
Yeah. They can't afford to hire security. Security can't really do that much either. And it's such a minor issue for the police that even the police can't really do that much other than take a report. More sensitive than others to the same allergens. No, it's almost always in the same place, and it's almost always socks. Because socks tend to build up more fabric softener than other clothing. At least mine do. The thinner socks are not as much of a problem, it's the thick socks that can cause a problem.
Well, I'll get you some woolies. You won't need any.
Mm-hmm.
And also I use I think borax in addition to like our powder
Mm-hmm.
wash. And it helps with the softness too. And also we have those like eco-friendly fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
woolies.
are nice.
Woolies. Yes.
I like the eco-friendly balls.
Because you can be soft without irritants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Elle is allergic to everything, and we actually
Mhm.
have a detergent that is. I think it's made locally, but it is no colors, no flavors, no.
No sense. I can't do fragrances at all.
Yeah, no.
Well,
none of that.
I can use regular Tides just fine. It's the main one that can get me is bounce fabric sheets.
Yeah, don't use them.
Well, and
Oh, and they don't really do that much either.
Yeah, that's losing money. I think there's like a old like doctrine how useless they are really.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, unless you live someplace that has exceedingly hard water, which none of us do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need them anyway. I mean, I have lived a place where your towels and sheets, you could take them off the clothesline and they would, as you folded.
Yep.
But the water here is not like that.
Yeah, because I quit using fabric softener for a long time and just recently got back into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's best to go back to not using it again.
Yep. Or find a different one.
Yeah, again the woolies. I highly recommend the woolies. They're amazing.
Woolies are nice.
Yeah, the woolies are wonderful.
Yep, the woolies are wonderful.
And the least allergenic of the conventional sorts that we have tried is Arm & Hammer.
Mm-hmm. That wouldn't surprise me crazy.
Yeah. I'll just extra stuff in the water supply.
Well, that's actually why I use the dryer sheets. So it doesn't get into the water supply. I don't even use bleach on my clothing.
Yeah. Bleach is a very, very aggressive cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Can't be beat
it's
for sanitizing, though.
Yeah, it's good
yeah.
for sanitizing, like white, like for whites, like face cloths and all that, we bleach. But everything else, bleach it all.
Well, and the other thing is when it gets into the water supply,
Mm-hmm.
if it is exposed to sunlight, it gives up I don't remember if it's hydrogen or an oxygen atom, but it gives up an atom. That makes it very neutral and very not toxic. It actually turns into something else.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember what it turns into.
I'll be back in just a sec. I need to run to the potty.
Why is this thing causing problems? I fell. Hey.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Certainly have a copy of that.
Oops, wrong thing.
You know, Ruby, I blame you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Or
He's twisted my arm, forced me to do it.
so what did you do?
Ordered pizza.
Uh-huh.
You poor, poor thing.
Yep, exactly. It's just awful.
What are we gonna do?
Eat
I
it.
was thinking I was gonna have to come up with something creative.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, pickings are slim. Haven't
Mhm.
been to the store for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
This is just it. I got my food stamps today, so it's like, ha ha ha, I can go tomorrow, but pickings are slim tonight.
Well, I've always got that rice in the rice cooker.
Well, this is it. I had rice and sausage this afternoon for
Oh,
lunch. I can always make rice again.
that actually sounds really good.
Mm.
I've got a couple of older rice cookers. The ones without the warmer or the heater. The one push,
Yeah, that's what I got.
yeah. I need to
It's
do
one
something
serving
with
at
them.
a time.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I need to do something with them, though. The problem I have with them is they tend to scorch the bottom of the rice.
Mhm.
But that's not always a bad thing.
No, not if you like scorched rice.
Yes.
Which is a lovely Korean dish. I actually found a hybrid, sort of on and off, rice cooker because it's got a gasket seal.
Oh.
So even though it's just an on-off with a warm setting, it pseudo pressurizes and keeps moisture in.
Sebicas, how are you?
Hey, Subkiss.
I'm not seeing any
Sebicas?
problems here with Twitch. Of course, with me, ordering pizza means I can eat pizza on stream. Not that I would ever torture people, but I can eat pizza on stream.
It's like a sharp.
Yeah.
I got the pepperoni triple smackdown with added olives and jalapenos to it.
Yeah, I must have ordered from Garlic Jim's.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I also ordered a house salad as sort of a compromise. Just ducky tonight? I'm doing good so far. Hmm. Do what?
Look at me again.
Oh.
I think, look at me again. So I
Uh-huh.
run from you. Check your stream because
Oh, you just started getting sluggish. If that's what you're referring to. Andy.
Yeah, it is getting
Welcome
sluggish.
to the Nut Hub. Now you can nut check your friends.
And Skike, welcome back. Let me restart the computer, and I restarted the capture card, but I didn't restart the computer. So it should only take a minute. I will be right back.